pools and spas without draining them. Flex tape is perfect for
Salted player noobs
and RVs. Flex tape is super.
Vladimir's offering. Why would anyone buy this item? It's trash, right? Not exactly. Before we talk about why Vlad's is good, we have to talk about the low-key buffs that the item got. The mask and the headdress got gold buffs, making Vlad 17% cheaper than before. Then, you have to add the fact that Aquila doesn't exist anymore and Medan region can become a problem to some heroes. You pair all of this with pushing being easier to execute since the towers and pretty much every structure has less EHP, and then Vlad doesn't seem that useless anymore. So let's focus on the best scenarios or the most common scenarios where pros are building a Vlad. The first one is heroes that build Battle Fury but have Magnus in their team. Right now, the two most common heroes that build Battle Fury are Anti-Mage and Phantom Assassin. These heroes not only benefit from cleave, they use a lot of spells to farm. Blink striking from Creep Camp to Creep Wave or using Blink through cliffs to constantly farm the entire map is very mana intensive. Vlad is an item that gives you both the HP regen and the mana regen aspect from Battle Fury for a fraction of the cost, while also increasing your damage in the process. While the item still suffers from the old problems like being very easy to substitute, so you're kinda wasting money in the long run, in this new patch, at least for now, the time duration of games make it that you don't actually care about that too much. Very rarely you will see a high MMR game going for more than 40 minutes, making Vlad's very beneficial in all of these scenarios. Even if you have to sell Vlad's, the farming speed that Empower and Vlad's gives you usually compensates for the lost gold since it's so cheap anyways. The second scenario are the new offlaners or the revamped offlaners, Brewmaster, Slaughter, and Beastmaster to be specific. You could say that all of these heroes have incentives to go Blink Dagger, like Centaur and Axe and Sand King. They are heroes that can fight as soon as they get the item. The thing though is that rushing Blink Dagger is not that common in pretty much any hero anymore. Centaurs will get Vanguards or Hoods, same for the Axe, and Vlad's just seems to be great on those three heroes I mentioned. Now that everyone is maxing the Bash and Slaughter, you can actually farm Ancients super easily with Vlad's. You don't need to commit your stun at all for that, allowing you to farm without ever committing any mana, and getting into that Blink Dagger quite fast while also being full HP and full mana, so you can fight whenever you want. Another great thing about Vlad's in this hero is that it allows you to skip the HP regen talent even if you get phase boots on the hero, which means you can actually get the attack speed from the item, you're super deadly with the Vlad's, and you also can get even more damage at level 10. Now that it gives armor and attack speed, phase boots is a great item on Slaughter, and you don't have to resort for the Tranquil boots, and with the lifesteal, you're not going to be low HP around the map since you lifesteal from the physical damage of the Bash too. Beastmaster got a huge buff on his wars, and unlike Centaur or Axe, he doesn't like to get hit. Necronomicon is still a super popular item, but Vlad is just cheaper and amazing to have in lane. Building Basilius and the headdress is actually super good and easy, and you can finish the item in the side shop later. Since everyone is ignoring the axes, unless they're playing against Treant, Vlad's is cheap and synergizes very well with your kit. It's just a very potent item on the hero that benefits both the hero, his summons, and the eventual Necronomicons as well. Brewmaster is a little trickier. Slaughter actually has a lot of move speed and can handle not having Blink Dagger to initiate fights, and Beastmaster can at least pressure lanes very well with Vlad's, but Brewmaster doesn't pressure lanes as well, nor initiates that easily without Blink Dagger, which means you're not going to see first item Vlad's on that hero that often. Still, the item is quite popular on him since you can farm with it during the downtime of your ult, it offers mana regen so that you can fight once the ult is up again, and it's just a great teamfight item to have in games overall. The third scenario is when you're about to win the game. A lot of heroes, including supports, buy Vlad's when you feel like you want to fight and you can just go for tier 4s. The extra armor on the creeps and heroes allows your team to destroy the buildings without taking so much damage and maybe dying while you're trying to, end the game. And at the same time, the extra damage makes the process quite fast. Obviously, some items like Meteor Hammer are still great to have, but with so many right-click cores being popular, Vlad's will more often than not yield better results if you have everyone there. The fourth scenario is just a recovering item for cores. This PA, for instance, got crushed in the laning stage. She had 30 CS at 8 minutes and only finished Vlad's with no other items pretty much at the 16-minute mark. Even then, he was able to farm quite fast thanks to the Clarius and the Vlad's to finish a Manta and Dasso, eventually winning the game. Mask of Madness is still a decent farming item and catch-up item, but on heroes that spend too much mana, Vlad's can be better, especially because if you're already in a tough game, it's easier to build those smaller items. Vlad's also gives damage, so on PA, it's usually better to have the Vlads instead of the Mask of Madness, especially after so many nerfs on Mask of Madness, giving less damage, less move speed, so you're not even that mobile anymore, and they actually nerfed a lot of the mana costs on PA, so getting the mana regen is actually super good. As of always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing this video. Make sure to leave your feedback so I can keep on bettering my videos. I have a Patreon where you can get something in return while you help me in my journey of becoming a Dota 2 talent. I also have a Twitter where I talk Dota and memes, and a Twitch channel where I play and cast. Make sure to check the Discord and Instagram channel if you're into that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Bye.